So this is a good one from Catherine, because she's saying, Dr. Fuhrman, does eating sugar exacerbate a sugar addiction, or does it scratch the itch?
What itch?
I think,
Okay.
I think when people
I'm
have a
kidding.
craving, I feel like they think that if they
It
indulge
lights,
in
it lights the fire to your desire. So yes, it's that. The reason people consider me so what's like a dietary perfectionist or something, that they don't want people to have a 10% cheat. When I wrote Eat to Live, I allowed people after the first, I don't know, 6-month period or 6-week period to say, okay, do it 90% eating healthy, 10% do what you want. But I don't really believe that's best, and I don't really do that myself. Why would I want it? And over the years, we found that that messes people up, because so many people just can't go out and have a drink on the weekend because they want to drink more than that if they do that. And they can't just have sugar on occasions because they keep lighting their desire to have more sweets all the time. Just like artificial sweeteners, the no-calorie sweeteners like stevia and monk fruit and xylitol and sorbitol. They don't put calories on you, but they keep your drive to want to have sweets. They prevent you from developing the taste muscle that enhances your ability to taste sweet. So a strawberry or a piece of lettuce tastes better. And they also drive the neurologic mechanisms in the brain to make you constantly want to eat more sugar. So yes, absolutely. And why have that anyway? I mean, why have anything that's honey, maple syrup, sugar? Why do that? It's stripping your body of nutrients. And I'm saying right here that our lifespan and our health is proportional to the nutrient density of our cells. How much phytochemical nutrition do you have in the cell? That's what correlates with your longevity. And every time you eat, so that means you have to eat a diet that has a high micronutrient and phytochemical density, and you have to have low body fat and be smaller to incorporate this high nutrient density in your tissues. And every time you eat white bread or sugar, you're stripping nutrients out of your tissues, because it takes vitamins and some minerals. It takes nutrients to convert sugar into energy. And if the food doesn't supply it, you're just stripping your body of your nutrient reserves. And that impact then is more readily turning sugar to go to fat storage, turning on fat storage hormones now, which is going to age you. And of course, one of my contributions to the science of addiction is this concept of caloric rush. Do you know what this concept of caloric rush is about? Yeah. It has to do with how many calories you can get into the bloodstream at one time. And when you're eating an apple or a berry, you can't get that many calories in at one time, but sugar or honey, you can put a lot more calories in at one time. And when you pass a certain bliss point, a certain threshold of calories in the blood, it starts to stimulate the addictive centers of the brain and make you more dopamine insensitive and make you habituated to and desirous of more calories and more sweets. And that happens with hitting the caloric rush from sugar, and that happens from the caloric rush from oil. Because the only way you can get all those calories in the blood to manipulate brain addictive centers is by eating sweets and oils, because it's hard to get so many, and of course, animal fats like bacon, but it's hard to get that much fat and sugar into the blood if you're eating natural foods. It just takes you can only get a little bit of calories in at one time. So yes, I don't see any reason for it. We can have delicious desserts I only put like one date for 2 people for a dessert serving. I don't even need one, so I could make a banana ice cream or a brownie or a bean brownie or whatever I'm making, or an apple pie. And I could put no dates and just have the fruit, or I could put maybe 4 medjool dates for 8 servings. And it's plenty sweet enough. You don't need to make things so highly sweetened.
You don't need to, but if you're used to it, it's hard sometimes for people to not do that. It's interesting, Dr. Fuhrman, because
that takes time of abstinence to be able to get your taste buds to prefer to have less sweets. If you keep doing it, that's the whole point why don't people do it, because they're never going to get to prefer less sweetened substances and less sweetened desserts unless they live with it at a lower level of sweetness for a while.
Well, listen, I agree with you, because I've eaten with you and I feel like I eat very much like you, but how long will it take a person to neuroadapt so that they can appreciate banana ice cream over banana splits?
6 months.
Wow, 6 months. That's incredible.